Thank you so much for hosting this event under these difficult circumstances, because we all know that this pandemic lasted longer than expected. Nobody was prepared. I'm not sure if we're going to recover in less than a year. And I think it's also to discuss about solutions in the healthcare system, because we all expect to be able to work, to be able to continue education, to be able to continue to have a social life through online, through the digital technologies. And also everybody's expecting AI. Yesterday I was with at a panel discussing about that, and Lucilla Scioli said AI is not a vaccine. So it's not like it's not disappointing us. AI is a tool, is an algorithm where if you can feed it with excellent quality of data, it could provide us with a great understanding of the patterns of this disease, help us with the prognosis and also with the treatment. So I will start a bit from a general framework of what we've been doing in the Parliament. So with Dragos and excellent colleagues, we are working trying to address all the aspects that AI is transforming, and we're trying to be prepared to understand, of course, to support all the potential of this technology in any way we can. So firstly, we have the big files for artificial intelligence, data strategy, we have the digital finance, and then we have the industrial digital strategy. At the same time, we have the tool in new SMEs and innovative solutions to be funded with through a parallel. We have already running the digital innovation hubs. They are now being set up in different member states, actually to support the ecosystem of bigger companies, more innovative ones, with traditional companies, with the European institutions and academia, in order to basically mentor them into becoming more resilient by adding the layer of digital. So the discussion in the European Parliament changed actually rapidly before the COVID and then pre-COVID and post-COVID. We all suddenly, and in order to achieve resilience, we are trying to have this layer everywhere. So we are covering all these aspects, and we are not forgetting the geopolitics of this technology, which means we have to be able to have European sovereignty, but at the same time to be open to innovation and competitive globally. One of the things I have to mention is that we have legal and social challenges to face. This means we have to also understand with, because we definitely want to promote digital human rights, the translation of human rights into the digital era, and be able to impact and benefit citizens, not just in Europe, but also beyond, if we want to collaborate, let's say, with China, because mass surveillance and lack of privacy or safety or respect to freedom of speech and choice is something that you would not see happening in EU, and we're trying to design it in the right way. Finally, I would like to say that since we all use, I think, if we were now at one room, I would have asked you, do you use Google Maps? And I think like a big percentage actually other applications that help us move with the traffic in Brussels and beyond. Actually predictive AI. So AI not just shows you now live the traffic in the road, but also predicts how much time it will take you to reach your destination. So we already use AI, and in order to trust it, we test it and we see if it's actually more credible than our intuition. So if I take another road than the Google one, and I realize that I actually delayed, then I will start trusting a bit more this technology. So in order to have people trusting that we designed it properly, we have to make sure there will be transparency, auditability, liability. We will be able to have the protection of our privacy without compromising safety, and at the same time safety without compromising privacy. So these are the challenges we have this year. And I would like to finish with an example. So since AI is an algorithm, you feed it with data, you can have a solution or a decision. And if you embed it into hardware, then you actually have automation taking place. ECDC, the European Disease and Prevention Center of Europe, data also of COVID. They told us almost 6 months ago, they told us that they have 80% of the health data of Europe, but they couldn't use it. Why? Because they gather data from media, from hospitals, but in different languages, in different standards, different quality, without being able to put them all in one area where scientists could access them and actually use them. So we didn't have good quality of data, and this is really important, common standards, in order to be able to read the patterns and to be more effective into our work as the scientists, everybody who's using an AI system. So I think to help ECDC to be able to face another challenge like that, we have to be prepared. So data governance, and I think if you'll watch now more Netflix because you have to stay at home, check Black Mirror. It talks about an episode of ranking of citizens, which is something that it's actually a reality in China. Citizens are being ranked, insurance company, or receiving a loan, or even public transportation based on some metrics that the government has decided. So we want Europe to lead with quality. We don't just care to be competitive by not respecting any human rights that we actually are very proud of. And also we don't have the same, let's say, market-driven orientation that US has, but this is because we want to eliminate any risks. And I think still we are one of the biggest top 3 markets for AI. And the moment we achieve to remove the barriers of a single market, this would be space and room for all the startups to in Europe and be able to provide us with innovative solutions, because the barriers will not be there. And whoever is in Europe will have space to move and grow bigger and bigger and be globally competitive. So I think this is just a frame of how we see AI, and I try to focus a bit. I think you have experts invited, Dragos, that would actually talk about their experience with that. And I don't know if you're going to talk also about the contact tracing apps, but this is something that could help collect data or could help us like start living in a new normal situation. And if they also respect privacy, and we don't need to compromise. So thank you for giving me this opportunity, and congratulations for the work of the special committee. I'm happy also to see you there. Thank you.